Yo, what's up, y'all? It's Philosophical from the Let's Rock podcast, and this is your Freedom Friday. What's been on my mind this week has basically been a question that I feel like, you know, you can even call it the $1 million question, right? And pretty much, you need an answer for this, right? And my question is, do women want real men, right? So let's talk about it. What is a real man? A real man is it's always self-opinionated. You know what I mean? It's all about, how you view yourself. It's all about, and this is basically from the social norms. It's telling you how, you know, how to be a man and what a man should consist of, right? Through social media, TV shows and movies and all that. And all of it is subjective. But let's pinpoint what is a real man, right? And this is strictly my opinion. And I'm pretty sure that probably 8 or 9 or 10 out of people would say the same thing, right? What is a real man? In my opinion, it's purposeful, knows where he's going, how he's getting there, how long it'll take for him to get there, who is he bringing with him to get him there. Um, has direction, know where he's going, how to get there to achieve a certain his purpose, right? But the issue is all those things that I just said are a real man are self-opinionated. So these are things that he values himself based off of being a real man, purposeful, a direction, and powerful in his own right. The issue is that, and we can just keep it a buck, keep it 100, is the fact that a man knows what he wants, a quote unquote real man, right? And this is strictly my opinion, and I'm pretty sure a lot of the viewers out there feel the same way. A real man, right? Knows what he wants, how he's getting there. The issue is that a lot of women don't want to fall, some women don't want to fall under that program, right? You have some women out here that don't want to be told what to do, how to do it, when to do it. It's all about the stroking the ego metaphor, right? And that's a problem because stroking the ego is a form of submission, right? But a lot of times, some women out here don't want to have the man be the man or be a version of the man he needs to be, right? That comes along with stroking the ego. That comes along with understanding the vision he has for himself and you understanding that he has a vision, he has a direction, he has a purpose that it fits not only within himself, but you, right? And that's a very difficult thing to get on that program. Another issue is that there are a lot of men out here who are calling themselves real men, but you're not. And the non-real men is what I'll call them, are the same men that are getting these women that don't want to be told what to do. Because a lot of men don't have direction. A lot of men don't have purpose. A lot of men don't have that go-getter mentality, that ambition that I spoke about last week to know where you're going. And women are accepting these men as projects, as a way to say they're allowed to do what they want to do, but at the same time, the the women are driving the purpose, are driving the direction, are teaching and telling men how to be men. And I wonder, right? And this is the $1 million question: do women want real men? So my first question is, what is a real man to you guys? Other than being powerful, having the direction, where you're going, how you're getting there, right? Those are the foundational pieces, right? That defines a man. But what else in your depend what else in your opinion defines being a real man? Second question is are you As men, are there men out there feeling like you don't need a direction? You don't need to be powerful. You don't need to be that go-getter to go get it, because you know at the end of the day, there are there are women out there that will accept you for who you are as far as not being a quote unquote real man versus the real men, right? What makes you a real man? What makes you a good man in your opinion, right? For example, in my case, I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted in my next relationship. I knew how I wanted it. And this is the criteria of my wants and needs, right? The thing is, and I knew where I wanted to go and how to get there, when to get there. Or if I didn't know, I had some type of inkling or thought process or experience of how to get there. The thing is, there are men out there who are directionless. There are men out there who call themselves good men, but not good men. But at the same time, in the back of their mind, they don't have to change because they know there is a pocket of women that they will accept them for the physical traits, the materialistic traits that a man possesses. Meaning, you can come to the table with a lot of money, a nice car, status, but that's it. Is that what's defined as a real man in your book? Instead of figuring out, if you're there already and you know how to get there, you're understanding how you're getting there, and you want to be able to put yourself in a position that you're going to stay there. That's a real man. And the problem is women are accepting that real man, that high value man is not going to choose you. Why? Because you're not on his program. But there's a lot of men out there that don't have a program at all. And my question is, why? The issue is, what's the reason for that, right? You got to be an extraordinarily high value man to be able to understand who you are, where you're going, how you're getting there, because the high value men are thinking that. But there are some men out there that are directionless, that are not powerful, and that could come from low self esteem, uh, low confidence, insecurities. And I'll even put my situation in it. I was afraid of dealing with the same patterns and behaviors of, if I dated again, I'm going to get the same results. But I knew as I became a real man, a good man, I wasn't going to pick from the same bunch that I did before. And that's the difference. That's the difference. A lot of men that have the understanding of being powerful have a direction, know where they're going, and understand that their program is the best way to get there. Not saying that it's the only program, but as a woman, you've got to be understanding and open and at least be on the same page to understand his vision. And that's the difference. Some women out here are understanding that. And there are some men out there who don't want to be real men, but they know they're going to get the woman at the same time, right? Good real men are out here, but there's such an imbalance and such a battle with battling men that are at the forefront where they should not be. Directionless, powerless, I'm sorry, and don't have a clue where they're going, meaning they're creating their own environment based off of the same behaviors, the same patterns. They're doing the same things, getting the same results. Why they're not willing to change is because they know they're going to get the woman at the end of the day, right? It's the same battle with good women. If you laid out a line of 10 women right now, right? 7 of them are married or in a serious relationship with good men. That leaves a line of 10 men battling for 3 good women. And that's the thing now, right? There are good men out there battling for the 3 good women. But there's such a bigger pool of, I'll even call them the modern women who don't want to be on the program. I'll even say some women don't want to be on the program, don't want to stroke a man's ego, wants to teach a man on how to be a man, doesn't want to be told what to do by a man. And that comes, and I'll even take the trust factor out of it, because if you're not trusting a man with his decisions, his judgments, that's a totally different story, right? But if he's a good man, he showed his actions, he showed his duty, he shows through experience, he knows where he's going, he understands the vision. Why can't you? Right? And men out here, you keep opinionating yourselves and saying you're good men, but help me answer this question, right? What makes you a good man? I would love to hear that answer. What makes you a good man? What experiences have you gone through? How have you learned through those experiences? How has it transitioned you into a more efficient, intelligent, more emotional, more mental state than you were yesterday? Where are you going? How are you getting there? And it's not always the goal of being rich. It's not always the goal of always having nice things. Yes, that could be a results oriented. I mean, yeah, that could be your the thing you want to do, but at the same time, right? Where are you going? Is the end goal just to be with a woman? Because the way you are right now, directionless, you know, powerless, and you want a woman to tell you how to be, there are plenty of women out there for you. But to the good men out there and to the real men, what categorizes you as a good and real man? It is self opinionated. It is subjective. What made me a real man and a good man today based off the experiences I went through and how I learned from them? Yes, I made the same mistakes over and over and over again. But I woke up one day and I was like, I had to learn from these mistakes. It's about the mental, emotional state that you are in today to feel like, where are you going? Can this person that's beside me understand and believe on the same program I'm on? Is she willing to stroke your ego? Because there are a lot of men out there that lack discipline, they lack power, they lack direction, they lack mental, they lack emotional state, but they're getting the women. And but there are good men out there who are fighting for 2 women out of a line of 10. And that's just how it is. So I would love to know, what is your definition of a real man? Are you a real man? Are you a good man? Do women want real men? Free yourself from thinking that you can't learn from what you've been through, right? Because that's the definition of a real man. A real man learns from his mistakes and grows from it and gains power from that and overcomes that and gains confidence through that. Free yourself that you can't feel like you need a woman to tell you how to be a man, because that's not the case. Women aren't built out here to show you how to be a man. Women are built out here to be on the same page as you and the same program as you. And if they're not willing to be on the same page as you, they need to understand and tell you why. But too many men out here don't even have a program and refuse to get on one. because you're not a good man. You're not a real man. All right. Love to hear you guys' feedback. What is a real man? What is a good man? Do women want real men? Point blank. I'm philosophical from the Let's Rock podcast. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the page. Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram on the Let's Rock podcast. And I love to hear you guys' feedback. What is a real man? What is a good man? Do women want real men? I'm philosophical from the Let's Rock podcast. I'm out. Peace.